Got a few bass boys out here this morning. See if we can sneak up on these birds. There's old Ralph. Where they're at? Point us to the fish. Where are they at, Ralph? It's nice and quiet right now. Got somebody out there metal detecting on the other side. Maybe he'll find him a ring to give to his love. Dude's drying his wings there on the boat dock. Sun's coming up. Cruising along the boat docks here on Lake Weir, Florida. There we go. And that's how you go through the guides. We'll go down here to the Cove and see what's going on. The old Coca-Cola dock. They still have their sign up. I want to see what this is on top of this pole. See if we can sneak up on it. It looks like an eagle. It's a young one if it is. Is it an osprey or an eagle? Let's try to get a little closer. Yeah, it's an osprey. Go get you a fish, boy. Break us over. Go around this little grass island and head back into the cove, and that's where I'm going to turn around today. Thought I'd do a little exploring in the cove though. Got some bait fish moving on the water. What are you guys honking about? This is a nice little cove for fishing. I don't know if I would want to swim in here, but you got the rest of the lake to swim in. Oh, there's one going to catch up with his buddies. Better kick it into high gear, buddy. They've left you. Oh, he found them. Got a lot of the water lilies in here. They're not blooming yet because the sun's not up high enough. But in a couple of hours, all of these will be opened up. They're white. They're kind of closed up right now. If you look in the lily pads, you can see how they're closed up. Ooh, that was a bass or a gar moving. There's all kind of fish in here under these lily pads. There's an old boat ramp straight ahead, right down from that orange box. There used to be a boathouse right there where those bricks were. They tore it down. They cleaned it up in here a little bit. There used to be like 4-foot high grass all in here a few years back. But someone's come in here and cleaned it up and got it back looking like it used to. Plus it has helped that the water level is higher now. It got really low there for a while, and so basically you were in like a foot of water and grass was growing everywhere. But the water came back. We got the rain. That boat dock could tell some stories right there. Nice reflection on the water. Someone just started up their mower. It's time to mow on Saturday morning. I think there might be a little gator over here. I don't know if this is a gator or just something laying on top of the water. No, I think it is. I don't know if I'll be able to sneak up on him or not. I'll try to zoom in on him. The video. He's gonna go. There he goes. He went under. Every now and then you'll see a gator on Lake Weir, on the big lake, but you're gonna have to come back somewhere like in a cove or something, and they get going somewhere else. They get relocated, I guess, pretty quick, because you don't see many gators on Lake Weir, but they are here if you know where to look for them. There's some more water lilies. See if we can stir up some bass. There was a fish that just moved. They're just probably chasing these bait fish, and they're under the shade of these lily pads right now. Most of them have probably laid out, and so they're probably hungry right now, and they're looking for food to build back up their weight. Some of the bass you catch right now, they're not as heavy as they normally are because they've laid out. I'm gonna post a video, or may post it after this video, of Scotty and I fishing one last time before he headed up to the Great White North. Some folks just can't stand the heat during the summer in Florida. Okay, now what we're doing, we came out of the Cove, we're heading back towards Gator Joe's. Cranes, no, there's 4 of them. The parents and 2 little ones up here on the bank, strolling along. You see a lot of Sandhill Cranes on Lake Weir. Probably gonna stir up some bass up here too in this matted grass. And there they are, just getting them some breakfast. Old dragonfly. That was a fish that just came up. And around, I'm gonna see if he'll land on my water bottle. He's thinking about it. Back to the kayak obstacle course. Things you gotta watch out for these things is your paddle. You gotta make sure you get your paddle through here. But sometimes when you're kayaking, like on the Juniper Springs and some of the little tighter places, you have to do some of those kind of maneuvers. Juniper is a great place to kayak down. The trick is you got to have someone to bring you back from the bridge once you get out. But I believe the park has shuttles there. I'll get a picture of this for all you Gator fans. The old Gator silhouette up there. There's a fish or something moving around those steps. Might be something else. There's one of the old bass boys in his bass tracker, heading to a new location. Didn't find him over there. I'll go over here. He needs Lieutenant Dan up at the front of the boat. I believe there's bass over there. At the top of those seats, they have the little wires up there. But if you look at the back of the seats, somehow the birds have figured out a way to still sit there and poop on the benches. Amazing. Beautiful morning. Waves coming in from the bass tracker. Fighting the rapids of Lake Weir. It does get choppy out here sometimes, but the wind's not blowing today. If the wind's blowing a lot, and if you have a Carney Island pass, I would encourage you to go put in at Carney Island and just kayak around Little Lake Weir, because it's easier to get out of the wind than on the big lake. But there are ways to get out of the wind on the big lake. You just have to know where the wind's going to blow that day and where you can put in at. But there's a few different options. I think people are putting in kayaks at Gator Joe's now. And then, of course, if you have a Carney pass, you can put in either on the big Lake Weir side or the Little Lake Weir side. And then you have some Hampton Beach, and then over there in Sunset Harbor, there's a place, if you have a Marion County pass, that you can put in at, and you'll be in Sunset Harbor, which is easy to get out of the wind over there, unless it's blowing right in at the boat ramp, and you probably don't want to kayak over there. But anyway, just a few suggestions of if you ever want to kayak on Lake Weir, how you can go about it. Okay, we're going to go down the canal now. Let me see how the canal's doing. I haven't been down here in a couple of years. Since the water is back up, you can actually go down the canal now. There's little homes on the left side of this canal. I won't go down all the way. I've caught some little bass back here before through the years. Years ago, after this house right here, it was a big opening in they had all kind of boat stalls back there, but they basically brought dirt in and filled all that in and created parking. They needed car parking, not boat parking. And after 2020, a lot of these little houses along in here have gotten fixed up and are in nice shape now. It gets a little matted up ahead of me, so I'm probably gonna turn around pretty soon. But thought I'd let you see what this little canal is like. And this is not that far from Gator Joe's. It's right down the road from Gator Joe's, like a couple blocks. And so if you lived in one of these houses here on the canal, you could actually have boat access. I don't see any boats down here. They made them a little dock down here. That's nice. Good deal. And you can see that it's getting matty looking ahead, so I'm going to turn around. And if you look straight ahead, you'll see some cars come by, and that's 25 that runs between Bellevue and the villages. So, going back out to the big lake. Put this down so you have a little better view. I had to look at my water bottle the whole time. There's some boats here. They're able to put their boat in right there. White flowers here are blooming. And we're back out towards the big lake. If you look at this wall, you can see where the water level was up to. We have been in a drought now for probably a month or more. We haven't gotten rain. These are some cool purple blooms. Purple bloom, purple bloom. The wind's picking up, as you can see, but it's going to be to my back, so that's good. I might go down a little ways and then come back and fight the wind a little bit, but you don't want the wind to kick up too too hard and you have to fight it. The world famous Gator Joe's. We got the beach on the right side where all the chairs are, and the boats go in on the left side. I think they open about 11 o'clock. They stay open till about 10 o'clock at night. Busy on the weekends, nice and quiet on the weekdays. If you got you a sunny with a high of 75 day during the week, you come out here for lunch, you can sit about where you want to on the deck. Of course, they have inside seating also. Swim area only, no boats on the right side. And they say that there used to be an old gator here called Joe. And during the Ma Barker days, Ma Barker would talk about that we're down here with Gator Joe. No boat docking on the dock area. No swimming in this area. This is where the boats go. They'll be all here today because it's Saturday. But it's too early for them. Some old buoys out here. See Nick up here checking out the boat dock. Got a new lift put in. There's the birds again. We'll go down here to the old Ma Barker Boathouse. Now what they did, they basically moved Ma Barker's house where she was shot at over to Carney Island. They made two different plots, and one new house is built there, but the other house you see, or the other lot of land where the boathouse is, still has the big oak trees there and is for sale. So we'll paddle up here and check out the old Ma Barker Boathouse where the Ma Barker house used to sit before it got moved to Carney Island. Wheels are up and he's off. We'll paddle up here and get a good look at this. Yep, it's 1.82 acres, 190 plus feet of water frontage. And it's listed with Roberts Real Estate, Jennifer Hatchett, Realtor, 352-598-8567. You can own Ma Barker's old boathouse. I know Steve Andrews Fine Arts painted a beautiful painting of this old boathouse. And if you want one, I'm sure he'll do another one for you. And the new house actually put up a new boathouse. So you see what the boathouses used to look like, and now you can see what the boathouses now look like. I like looking at the old ones myself. Oh, the American flags, they are starting to wake up, flowing in the wind. Here ahead, I might go out a little bit and go around him, not disturb his fishing. Now, I don't see many green wakeboarding boats that I like, but that is a beautiful Malibu right there. I kind of prefer the blue ones, and some of the red ones are pretty sharp looking too. But that green looks good on that boat. There's another Malibu wake setter. Malibu wake setter. One of the cool parts about paddling on Lake Weir is, first of all the cool boat docks. You have just different styles. You got some of the old ones. You got some of the modern ones. And then also, even on a busy day like Saturday, even if I'm out here 2 or 3 hours from now, yeah, you're going to get the wakes from the boats. So you got to fight those, but that doesn't bother, some people. But you can stay close to the shore and not worry about, boat traffic. So, I mean, they're not boating right up here next to the weeds, but it's always nice just to come out here, before 10 o'clock, and you don't have to deal with all the traffic, even on a Saturday morning like this. This little house right here, actually, I think the two houses are the nest. And they were bought out by the Refuge, which is out there close to the Ocklawaha Bridge, near the Ocklawaha River. And so I think the Refuge ended up buying the house, or the two houses in the cottage. And so when people come in and see their loved ones at the Refuge, I think they stay here at the nest, or the old nest. I don't know if they still call it that or not. Here's the American flag and the Florida flag on this dock. Looks like they're building a dock up here at David's old house. Wow. Yeah. I'm gonna have to send this to him. New dock at your old house. This one's for sale. That one's actually on Airbnb. And here's the sign in front of the dock. I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to have deep pockets to get this one. This one's with Aiken Realty Company. Van Aiken. Van and Fran. We'll get some video of this old boathouse with the old sign on it. Always liked this boathouse. Years ago, I remember there was a live band out here playing on this boat dock. And there were boats and kayakers and just everybody sitting out here watching the band play from this dock up here that has the old sign on it. Flechbilt. Flechbilt, established in 1948. Yeah, that old boathouse could tell some stories also. Last thing I was going to do before I turn around is the old slide here. It's been there for years. I don't think I've ever seen anybody go down the slide. They would land in a bunch of weeds now, but back in the day, it was probably when the water was up to full pool. It probably was a fun thing to go off of, that old slide. And years ago, I remember fishing here, probably back around about 2008, 2009. And there was an old dog that was from around here, and her name was Lily. And Lily would swim out to the boat while you were bass fishing and come see you. I'll try to find an old picture of Lily. I think I have an old picture of her swimming up next to our boat. And then of course across from Carney Island, the point across from there, I used to have a deer that must have been fed, because she would swim up to the boat. While you were out there fishing. So a couple of memories of Lake Weir. There's the old slide. It's been here, and the diving board is bent over. You can see the diving board to the right. Somebody got on that and bent it down years ago. Okay, I'm turning around because I got to go against the wind now. This is Lake Weir. It's about 3.5, 4 miles across. Straight across there is Eden's Beach. And you come on around, you got the Lake Weir Yacht Club kind of this direction. And then you got Gator Joe's over here that we just paddle past. But heading back. It's a good morning. Beautiful day in the neighborhood, as Mr. Rogers would say. Here comes a boat cutting across here. And like I said, in the next 2 or 3 hours, this place will liven up with boat activity. About all you see right now are bass fishermen. Years ago, when I would fish at daybreak, I called it the Auburn boat because it was Auburn colors and had Auburn on it. Auburn University guys, and they used to barefoot. Now that was something to see. Those jokers come out of the fog early in the morning, barefoot skiing. And then you still have a few people that will slalom on this lake, and usually they're out here when it's glassy early in the morning. They're done by now. I should come out here real early and try to get some video of people slalom skiing. It's a nice little idea. The ladder, you just flip it down and then you can flip it up and it's out of the water and it's not all nasty with slime on it when you use it. That's some Georgia Tech thinking right there. There ain't no Virginia Tech thinking. Somebody had a good idea, knew how to implement it. Coming along with the old Boathouse. It's gonna be nice. Oh, the Florida flag freed itself. It's flowing now. Now you're blessed if you live in the United States, but you're really blessed if you live in Florida in the United States, especially over the last 5 years. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but I always heard through the years that this boathouse is owned by the Campbells. The funny thing is, there's always boats in this boat dock, but you never see hardly anybody ever use the house. And it is a beautiful house. And it's got a pool up there, nice little sand volleyball court. Two months ago, this dock was actually underwater, because when I saw people walking down here, it looked like they were walking on water. And so it's down about 5 inches. So we are actually, the water depth is going down at Lake Weir because of this drought. But I'm sure these people are happy because their dock is above water again. The party boat. 2 slides. I've jumped off the top of that thing a few times.